now for a quick Devar Torah. Uh, as Tisha B'Av is approaching, we have to take into consideration certain aspects. First of all, the Parsha, Tisha B'Av, that the Parsha stresses that the reason we are a nation is not because of land or leaders or even a common language. It is because we're a nation based on law. We're based on Torah. Much like, say, the United States, by the way, is a nation that's based on law. When somebody becomes a citizen or enters the military or becomes a policeman or any other public office, they do not take an oath to the land. They don't take an oath to the country. They don't take an oath to any person. They take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Much like we look at it, to be Jewish, you have to be willing to abide by the Torah. And this is an important lesson for Tisha B'Av, that we have to understand that the temple was destroyed because of Sinat Hinam. People were yelling and screaming about stupid things. They were personalities, that they didn't tie their shoes in the right way, whatever. The real issue is they were ignoring the basic problems. There was an American statesman in the 19th century named Carl Schurz. He had a very interesting statement about the United States. He was actually an immigrant from the German states. He escaped there after the failure of the 1848 revolutions. He came here. He eventually became a Civil War general fighting for the Union, a senator, and a member of the cabinet under, I think, Hayes. But he had an interesting statement, which was, "My country, right or wrong, when she's right, may she be kept right. When she's wrong, may she be set right." Stop and think about that statement. And this is what, if you look back at the prophets, their love of the Jewish people was great, but they saw the flaws. Seeing the flaws does not mean you don't love your country. It means you want to set the nation correct. That the people were getting away from the Torah views of how to behave, how to treat one another. But also remember that what brings a country down or a nation down is not the attacks from the outside. It's from the problems on the inside that incubate and then destroy it from the inside out, not from the outside in. So it's, you have to be willing to love the country. Within that love, you can make statements and make corrections. But first, you have to love the law that governs that country. As the United States, you have to abide by the Constitution. Among the Jewish nation, you have to love the Torah. And that when you see Jews doing the wrong thing, you correct them, but don't get into personalities. Stick to the issue at hand and try to correct them in a very proper and dignified way. Something to think about.